During the Russian Revolution, the entire Romanov royal family were murdered by communists. Or were they? For years after the killings, rumours circulated that the Tsar's youngest daughter, Anastasia, had survived and was living in secret. Today we ask, did Anastasia survive the communist revolution? What was the true identity of an Eastern European woman claiming to be her? And what would it mean if she had survived? This is Knowledge Voyage. But before this video starts, don't forget to hit subscribe and hit the bell so that you can get all of our weekly videos about history. Thank you. The Romanovs came to power in Russia in the 1600s, celebrating the 300th anniversary of their dynasty shortly before World War I. But what they didn't realise was that this ancient dynasty was to be the last ever Russian royal family. In 1917, the Russian Revolution overthrew the monarchy and the royal family were detained at Yekaterinburg. As royalist troops neared the city in an attempt to free them, the communists made the choice to murder the entire royal family. But it has been rumoured that one member did not die, Duchess Anastasia. Anastasia Nikolaevna Romanov was born in 1901. She had 3 older sisters and a younger brother named Alexei, who suffered from haemophilia. As the only son, the dynasty's future hinged on him, and in desperation, his mother relied on Rasputin for his alleged ability to maintain the boy's health. Anastasia, as the youngest daughter, would almost certainly never have been the Tsar, and was instead probably going to be married off into one of the other royal houses of Europe. But then the revolution swept it all away. Anastasia would have been a teenager when the revolution broke out. The official story is that Anastasia and her family were all shot at Yekaterinburg, then buried. But there is a theory that says otherwise. According to this theory, Anastasia was shot, but did not die. On the way to bury the bodies, she showed signs of life, and people loyal to the Tsar smuggled her out of Russia. In the years after the revolution, there were unconfirmed sightings of Anastasia throughout the world. Some were considered so credible, Soviet agents were sent to investigate them. They obviously feared the potential survival of a dynasty they felt they had destroyed. Perhaps the most famous was in Germany in 1920, when a young woman was rescued from drowning in a frozen canal. The young woman spoke with a heavy Eastern European accent, and she seemed aloof, almost royal in her attitude. When asked if she was a Romanov, a former servant looked at the young woman and said that she was too short to be Tatiana, the Tsar's second oldest daughter. But then the young woman interrupted that she never claimed to be Tatiana. She was presented with a list of Romanov children, and when asked who she was, crossed out all but the name of Anastasia. In the months that followed, former Romanov servants who had escaped Russia came forward to confirm the young woman from the canal was Anastasia. One claimed a slight mark on her finger was caused by accidentally closing a carriage door on it as a child. Others claimed she recognized songs or dances common in the palace, but there were also skeptics, and among them was Anastasia's uncle, who had suspicions about the young woman. For starters, she crossed herself when praying in the style of a Roman Catholic, crossing from left to right, not like an Orthodox Christian who crossed from right to left, which is how Anastasia would have been taught to pray. This suspicion was further heightened when, in 1927, a Polish man came forward saying his sister had gone missing in Germany. The woman was named Franziska Shanskowska and was identified in a photo as the woman rescued from the canal now claiming to be Anastasia. This would explain her Eastern European accent and why, as a Pole, she crossed herself like a Catholic. It is common for Western Europeans to confuse Poles and Russians, especially in the days before the internet or international TV. Despite this, she enjoyed loyal supporters who insisted that she was really Anastasia. The woman rescued from the canal, now known as Anna Anderson, launched a court challenge in Germany, claiming to be the sole heir to the Romanov fortune, and if the Russian monarchy was ever restored, she would become the Tsar. This continued until her death in 1984, but unknown to the world, the bodies of the Romanov family had been found in Russia in 1979. However, the amateurs who found them kept it a secret until communism collapsed in 1991. The post-communist government allowed DNA tests on the bodies, which confirmed beyond any doubt that they were all the Romanovs. This sadly included Anastasia. She had not escaped, but died alongside her family. The DNA evidence was irrefutable. Anastasia had died, and the woman in Germany claiming to be her was either confused and eccentric or a fraudster. So ended the theory that maybe a Romanov child had survived. That said, Anastasia has not been forgotten. There have been movies, cartoons, and even a Broadway musical about her life. So in some sense, maybe Anastasia did live on after all. Thanks for watching everyone. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you.